Okay, so after we have the implicit command set up, we can try writing some move commands to the servo drive. I have this already set up actually right now, but for example, if you want to do a position command to the servo drive, we use instance 23 as a relative position command to the drive, and so that's instance 23, and we want to do is we are doing a write, which is a service 16 class, parameter class, and instance 23. Click OK and transfer that to CPU. So we are sending data called CMD1, by the way. So if we look at our data view, we setting up our CMD1 as 2000. So right now what's happening is every 2 seconds, this servo drive is getting this move relative command of however much data that we're setting right now. So I already set this to 2000, but for example, if I set to 1000 and I write that, we can see that approximately, I'm not too sure how well this translates or whatever, but every 2 seconds, the position of the motor will increment by 1000 because it's getting a relative move command of 1000. So it goes 7000, 8000, 9000, and then 10,000. Yep. So that's relative move command. And then you can see that the motor is running 1000 pulses every 2 seconds. It's very small because the full revolution is 65536 encoder count, so 1000 is relatively pretty small. Yep. And then we can do a speed command next, which is turn constant speed is you use register or instance 14. So all we have to do is change actually before we do that, we should change this the data to 0 command, otherwise it's going to start running at 1000 RPM. It's kind of dangerous. So we change that to 0, and we change the instance to 14 for speed command instance, and then we write that into the CPU. So that's done, that's running, and if I do a data view and I change the command of our CMD1 variable to 50, for example, and I write that change, so we can see the motor position increasing, and then the motor speed is somewhere around 50 RPM. The gain tuning is tuned very soft right now, so the motor is not following speed very closely, but you can see the motor is running at 50 RPM. And if I do a speed command of -500, for example, and I write that, then the motor runs at -500 RPM, and then the position decreases. So you can see the motor is running at -500 RPM, which is counterclockwise. Yeah, so that's speed command and position command.